Hey guys!
Hey guys!
We're the Dorkerys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much for liking some of our recent videos, watching them.
Thank you all of our new subscribers.
Yes.
Woo-hoo. Like, it's really exciting.
Yeah, we're close to 150.
We are.
So maybe this video will push us over that edge and continue to get some nice love from the comic book community. And
which I think is my favorite part of all of this.
Yeah.
Is being part of the community. And, like, honestly, this stuff is only valuable and only interesting if other people care about it.
This is true.
It's really cool to find other people that care about the same things you care about.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be a CGC unboxing. It's just one book, but it's one that really encompasses a lot of things that we dork out about a television show. And that show, as you can probably see back there, is Legion. Which is what I like to call, if you never knew what it was like to be on drugs, watch that show. I feel like that's what it would be like. So,
which is what you say if you go back and watch our CGC video from Comic-Con.
Yep.
You actually had a whole long conversation about that with the CGC guy and Bill Sienkiewicz, who kind of pleaded the fifth on that.
Yeah, Bill's like,
but go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it, if you're interested.
Yeah.
That was our first time doing a CGC at a con like that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really fun. Once again, it made you feel a lot more a part of the comic book community. There's two different CGC booths. There's the one where you get a witness, and then there's the one where you drop it off to have it graded.
Yep.
And both of those give you an opportunity to talk to some really cool people.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed just our conversations and even our goofing off with the guys at both of those booths.
Yeah.
Might be girls. I don't think I met any girls there.
No,
but
there's no girls working a CGC booth that day. That's okay. We'll get more ladies in the community, in the industry.
But I really enjoyed that process.
So as you guys know, we go to San Diego almost every year. We were there the year that Legion debuted. They basically you had an opportunity to meet the cast.
I did.
So this is our framed Legion poster of the entire cast. So, Farrah, you weren't even at that point. You had not even seen Legion yet.
I hadn't seen it.
What were they telling you about the show?
So...
You remember?
Yes, I do. It was just a really funny situation because, first of all, it's weird to go get someone's autograph when they're there for a show and you haven't started watching the show. But... as binge watchers, you kind of have to have things on your list. So it was like on our list. Like, you can't watch everything at once.
Right.
It was on our list. So, you know, when they asked, have you seen the show? I made sure I told them, it's on my list. I haven't gotten to it. I'm excited to see it. But I loved all the cast, so I really wanted to go and meet all the cast while they were there. But the one thing they told me is, oh, yay, you haven't seen it yet. Go home and watch it.
Yeah.
Give it a chance.
Yeah.
Get a few episodes in, because it's weird. This is coming from the actors. It's weird, but once you get into it, I think you're really going to like it.
Yeah.
And that was what, like, 2 or 3 of them said to me.
Yeah, so we did that. We binge watched the first season.
Yeah.
And fell in love immediately with the show.
Hooked.
It was just something different. You don't see it a lot. Really, Marvel had never done anything like that. It was on FX, and I think a lot of different shows are going to start coming to FX now that Disney owns that. So we're going to see even more Marvel stuff on there. So this was the first season, and then the second season.
So the second season, as with a lot of the offsites at Comic-Con, if you watch the blogs and you watch Twitter and things like that, they'll tell you to sign up for some of the offsites beforehand. So we did that in 2018 with the FX offsite.
Yeah.
And honestly, we haven't watched a lot of the FX shows.
This is about it.
Except for Legion.
Yeah.
So when we went through, the only thing we really took the time for, because no lie, it was probably more than 100 degrees outside that day, and it was
really
so
hot in 2018.
hot. So we really only took time to do the FX part because hot and grass, and it was just gross. But at the FX, I'm sorry, at the Legion part of the FX, they were, and I probably should change this because they were actually giving bags for all of FX, and you got to pick
which one you want,
which show you wanted, and of course,
it's like American Horror Story.
Yes. I only picked the Legion. And they gave this really cute little tote bag, and you could get 3 pins, and I was like, can I have 3 of the same pin?
Yeah.
Because I personally didn't care a whole lot about American Horror Story or those others. I really just wanted to nerd up on my Legion.
Right. And what was interesting about that, in order to get into that offsite, you had to basically register.
Yes.
So you gave them your email,
and
you gave them
wristband that had a QR code, and you had to... And you could not get that wristband unless you had signed up with your email.
Right. But why I'm bringing up this story, because what I think is interesting, a lot of times when you go to any conventions, the New York City Comic Con's coming up, and you're like, I don't know if I want to give them my information. I don't want to give them my email. I don't want to give them my home address. But you gave them your home address.
I did.
And then now we're in our we just finished our 3rd and final season of Legion.
So
what did FX do for you,
this
Farrah,
year
as
at
a Legion fan?
Comic-Con, we were really disappointed because FX came, they did their offsite, but there was no Legion.
Yeah.
But I guess they felt bad for not coming and celebrating with us their final season. So they sent an email and they said, if you would like to be part of celebrating our final season, just click here and we're going to send you a special gift.
Yeah.
And they did. And once again, they only had that information from
because we
Comic-Con because we registered at Comic-Con. But I had no idea, right? This thing is huge.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And they sent both Andy and I a box.
Yep.
I have one. He has one. This thing is huge. The box itself, like you open and you're like, that is so cool. But it gets cooler. I'm going to move this because it's going to fall out. So when you open it up, there's really cool Legion art. And it says on the back, celebrate the final chapter with this custom Legion lunchbox.
Yeah.
And then it has the date of the final chapter. Guys, this is really awesome. Like,
yeah, this was just sent to us for free. So
I'm gonna take it out and show it.
Yeah, you should.
It's just like the shock and awe of when you get a gift like this in the mail from a show like this.
Not a dime.
We didn't not pay for shipping, not anything. They just sent it. So if you've watched Legion and the final season, you see this lunchbox a lot. Again, look at the size of this thing. This is legit, okay? So you got the waffles, you got this obviously psychedelic trip on here.
The Vermilion, which is also on my shirt. Got this from a Legion panel at San Diego Comic-Con.
And that is on both sides. And the rest of the cast is on the back. And as you can see, all the little craziness, all these colors and swirlies are coming from inside the mastermind.
And then if you got a lunchbox, especially back in the 70s, you had to have a thermos. And they sent us a thermos as well. Matching thermos.
But that's not all.
That's not all.
They sent us these little mutant mints. Farouk's Freshness.
On our last video, if you watched, we got Farouk's first appearance.
Farouk's Freshness. Mutant mints. This is so cool. It says FX. It says Marvel. This is just such a kind gift.
Yeah.
And as if we weren't huge fans already, this is a good way to make someone want to binge watch your show over and over and over and over again. Ingredients in this are basically sugar.
Yeah, and I met Jeff Loeb, who's, I think he's over the Marvel Television, Lady Dorkery, and he's a great guy. She's like, I know that. And then I think he's going to continue to do the FX stuff and the Hulu as Kevin Feige pays more attention to Disney Plus. He does the Marvel Cinematic Universe television shows. They're not taking Jeff Loeb anywhere. Jeff Loeb's going to continue to do that stuff. He's going to bring over to Hulu. So Jeff Loeb's really, if you ever get a chance to meet him, one of the nicest guys. Super smart guy. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that's him. Cloak and Dagger, that's him. All the stuff on Netflix, Daredevil, that's all his stuff. I mean, he's the Kevin Feige Marvel Television. Did a great job.
So can I just say thank you, FX. Thank you, Legion.
Yeah.
This was an amazing gift.
Yeah.
We were about as big fans as you could be already, but like that's a really good way to end the
show
for us.
And I thought it ended great. So you're here for a CGC unboxing. So Lady Dorkery, we talked a little bit about this on the video where we took the comic to get graded. This has the original variant, in my opinion, of any comic, the Mark Jeweler insert. So I'd say about 6 months ago, I went and got a lot of New Mutants.
I feel like it was so much longer than that.
It may have been that. So of New Mutants. This is not obviously the book that we got graded, but it came in, and I didn't pay a lot for it, and it wasn't packaged very well, and there was some issues, and I just reached out to the guy, not to say anything to him, not to ask for a return, but just say, hey, you know, this wasn't packaged how I asked it to be, and you know, basically, I just want to let you know, next time you send some comics out, make sure you package it this way so this doesn't happen again. And he was super nice. He goes, oh my gosh, I am so sorry that happened. You know, I definitely thank you so much. I'm not selling a lot of comics, so you're teaching me, you know, to put it in a box and to wrap it up, make sure it's secure. He says, tell you what, I'm going to give you half of what you paid for it back. So it was 6 books, and so basically I paid $9. And
that's crazy.
At the time, I hadn't even opened up any of these comics. I haven't even opened it up to see what was inside. And I opened up, and every single one of the New Mutants, and there are a lot of key issues, had the wonderful, glorious Mark Jeweler's insert, which I believe is the first variant on those. So, Lady Dorkery, as we talked about, these were only done on military bases, primarily. So basically, what are you laughing at?
This necklace, this gold necklace with a little diamond, says #1 lady.
Yeah, so basically you've got...
I want that necklace.
Yeah, you got it. So basically you had military guys who...
You're my #1
who
lady.
had no way to get off the base. A lot of these were foreign things. And they had girls back home that, you know, they weren't going to see for a long time.
I know this is
so they had to send them a pennant that said, you're my #1 lady. Even though I'm not going to be around you for 6 to 9 months, I want you to know.
For the #1 lady in your life. I love it.
So, $9, I got all of those. And I'm looking for, there it is. I'm looking for my knife.
You want me to put this back in here?
Yeah. So, the reason I even bought that lot was because there was supposed to be a New Mutants #26, which is the first appearance of David from Legion. He's got a cameo in 25, but everybody considers number 26 to be his first appearance. And it had a Mark Jeweler's insert in it too. And one of the things about Mark Jeweler's inserts is if you get one that's a key issue, that's a pretty big deal because those are really, really hard to find. So anyways, I sent this to Erod to press. And I was basically thinking this was kind of like an 8.
I'm so excited right now.
8.5. And then we took it to Bill, as you saw in the video, and had a great conversation with him. And it was so nice to meet him. And this is my very first signature series.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know, grade at this point is not important to me because this is my first. Like this is, you know, this is where I got my first signature and the experience of meeting Bill. She's like, would you just stop talking?
No, it's fine. But listen, before you pull it out, don't forget that they do put the grade on the back.
What do you mean?
Well, like in the past.
No, that was just the,
I'm going to cover it up anyways, because in the past sometimes you've showed me the grade before you've seen the grade.
Okay, I got it. Let's just like that.
Okay.
There it is. Oh, I haven't seen her in forever. So there's Bill's glorious signature.
Guys, the back of this comic.
Yeah, we're going to look at that when we're done.
Sorry.
So again, 8.5.
My evil excitement laugh.
8.5 pressed by the great Erod. So if it's a 9.0, 9.2, even if it stayed at an 8.5.
Listen, I don't know if any of you other guys are like this, but when Andy sends off comics to Erod or to CGC, He whines.
Yeah, it's like
4 months.
my babies are gone.
First of all, going to the post office, the whole way to the post office, his stomach is in knots.
I'm like,
he's like, oh my god, I can't believe I have
well,
to
you're
do
sending
this.
them off in the mail, even if you insure them. I mean, who wants to go through that whole thing, of
And then
filing a
about
claim?
every few days, he'll be like, Farrah,
I miss my babies.
I really miss my babies. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, my comics, they're not in his possession. It hurts. So he's pretty
Are
excited.
you ready to
have
see
this
the grade?
back.
Are you guys ready to see the grade again? It's not a super huge key. It's just, we've geeked out about it long enough.
I love that autograph.
So, here we go. Is it an 8.5 or better? Oh, that's not it. Nice!
That's so
Nice!
awesome.
Look at you, Erod.
9.6.
Woo!
Guys.
And it's a newsstand. And it's a Mark Jewelers insert. And it says that. It says signed by Bill Sienkiewicz on 7/21/19. And it has the Mark Jewelers insert. 9.6 white pages. And I paid, if you talk about 6 comics divided by $9, that's roughly about $1. That's a $1 comic investment. And basically $1.25. And look at that beautiful, beautiful,
It's
beautiful.
amazing.
And that's going to go right next to, we're just going to display these two together, put the Legion autograph poster in my office right next to where Legion was created. Man, if you can't dork out about that, I don't know what you
This is just amazing. This is something that you hold on to forever.
Yeah.
Because one, you have the awesome story of like a really good find.
Yeah.
But then you have the experience of getting a witness and getting it like, I got excited just when you said signed by Bill Sienkiewicz because I didn't just buy it or buy it from someone else signed. Like, I was there when that happened.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got that experience. You have the experience of getting it witnessed and dropping it off at Comic-Con. This is, no matter how much it may ever be worth, this is like a moment and a life experience, and like, this is yours forever.
And I love Bill's artwork. There's nobody else does this kind of stuff. Now, no offense to Art Germ and Jay Scott and Greg Horn. I mean, all those great artists out there. Nobody does it like Bill. And Bill's still around, still doing great stuff. And people are really going to notice his stuff on his Moon Knight series. Once Moon Knight gets on Disney Plus, people are going to be going all over the place. And it's just going to be great.
And we've met him twice now at two Comic-Cons. We've had him sign things. And he's such a nice guy. He's kind of chill. He's kind of, he just in his little spot goes, but he's always super friendly.
Yep.
And
he's good people.
Fun to talk to.
All right, so 3 things we learned from this video, Lady Dorkery.
Okay.
Number 1, we learned that I am going to buy you a pennant from Mark Jewelers, who probably doesn't even exist anymore.
Number
that
1
says,
lady.
You're my number 1 lady.
Can we find it on eBay?
Yeah, we're going to find it. Number 2,
Number 1 lady.
what did we learn? We learned that if someone asks for your address
Don't be stingy.
at a con, especially somebody like FX, give it to them. You can't hurt. And then number 3, press your books, an 8.5 to a 9.6. Again,
exciting.
it's not about the grade, but hey, it's I'm getting an awful glare off that. But just
It's
that's
bright
good stuff.
outside
It
today.
is. It's bright outside. So with that, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for letting us dork out with you about Legion, our first signature series. I got so many books at CGC.
When do
right
our
now.
next CGC comics
Oh,
come in?
I've got a lot. And then I've got like 20-something waiting to get pressed to go behind that. It's going to be an awesome time here around the Dorkery channel for the next few months. And in the meantime,
Go dork yourself!